Welcome to Protecting Your Child's Digital Footprint in the Age of the Internet of Things. This series was funded by the Connecticut Office of Early Childhood through the Governor's Education Emergency Relief Fund in partnership with NEAT, the RESC Alliance, and all our kin. This presentation was created by educational consultants from Learn Regional Educational Service Center and presented by Pamela Santerre, Learn's Coordinator of Educational Technology Integration. Before we get started, would you allow a camera and a microphone in your child's room that records your child's picture and conversation and then stores those on someone else's computer? Most parents would say absolutely not. However, I'd like to introduce you to Hello Barbie.
This is Ben Rubin with CNET. I'm here in Mattel's offices in New York, and I'm hanging out with Hello Barbie, which is the toy company's first ever chatty conversational Barbie doll. So let's see what she has to say.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a Oh, wait a minute. I want to be a scientist.
Eureka! A scientist. I think science is so amazing. Why do you want to be a scientist?
I always really liked chemistry and physics in school.
The study of physics is incredible. Take gravity. You can't see it, but the second you trip, it's right there to pull you down. Did you ever fall or trip on something?
Yeah, unfortunately, all the time.
It happens to me all the time. That's gravity, pulling you down, sometimes with an ouch. What do you like about physics?
I don't know. What do you like about physics, Barbie?
I see. Have you ever heard of Newton's law? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. He's got a few more really useful laws of physics, too. Wow, you sound to me like the next Marie Curie or Albert Einstein. Am I right?
Yeah, maybe, but I've still got a lot more schooling to do.
I knew you were a smart cookie. So, what branch of science are you most interested in?
I really like biology.
The study of life. You know, some of the most interesting life on Earth is too small to be seen without a microscope. Have you ever looked through a microscope?
Yeah, quite a few times.
Well, it's a wonderful world to explore for an aspiring biologist.
Okay, cool. All right, so anyway, that was my conversation with Hello Barbie. Hello Barbie is going to be available in the holiday season for $75. This is Ben Rubin with CNET, signing off.
So Barbie engages in a two-way conversation, plays games, and even tells jokes. To make this possible, Mattel, the creators of Barbie, collaborated with Toy Talk, an entertainment and technology company that developed speech recognition and progressive learning technologies. Toy Talk is the brains behind the operation, providing Hello Barbie with a database of over 8,000 lines of dialogue and maintains secure cloud-based servers, which helps Barbie remember previous conversations with a child. Toy Talk remains heavily involved with Hello Barbie after she has entered your child's life. The company monitors the conversations between Barbie and your child to make Barbie more realistic and ultimately your child's best friend. Here is an actual conversation between Hello Barbie and a child. Barbie says, "Hey, new question. Do you have any sisters?" The child says, "Yeah, I only have one." Barbie says, "What's something nice that your sister does for you?" The child says, "She does nothing nice for me." Barbie says, "Well, what is the last nice thing your sister did?" The child says, "She helped me with my project, and then she destroyed it. No, She is not cool. This type of conversation has led researchers to wonder, what else will the child tell Barbie once the child feels comfortable with her? And what happens if the child tells Barbie about something that is dangerous? Hello Barbie is part of something known as the Internet of Things. In 1997, just over 36% of Americans owned a computer. Now, consumers face the choice of purchasing smart fridges, smart toasters, soap dispensers, coffee mugs, microwaves, televisions, speakers, washers, dryers, doorbells, and nearly everything in between. In 2022, there is a predicted number of 18 billion physical devices around us that are connected to the internet through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. And consumers predict that there will be a total of 42 billion connected Internet of Things devices by 2025. All of these devices are capable of sensing and collecting data about their environment. And they transmit that data to the internet to an online system. So you may have some of these examples in your own life. There are connected cars. You may have a security camera or a doorbell, such as Ring or Blink. You probably have a smartphone or a smartwatch, like the Apple Watch, or perhaps a fitness tracker, like a Fitbit. Maybe you have a smart speaker, like Alexa or Amazon Echo. And maybe you have a light bulb that can be turned on with an app on your phone. However, the Internet of Things isn't really the most secure. First, these devices are collecting extremely sensitive data. Not only are they collecting what you say and do in your own home, but they also use your personal information, such as your location, your shopping habits, your sleeping schedule, your routine, along with payment information. Many of the Internet of Things devices do not have an advanced level of security. They're being developed by a manufacturer, not someone who's an expert in cybersecurity. And a lot of them lack the capability to be updated by the manufacturer if they discover a security flaw in their software. And data from the Internet of Things can be combined with other bits of data to create a surprisingly detailed picture of you. For example, a researcher found that by analyzing data charting your home's energy consumption, carbon monoxide, and carbon dioxide levels from a smart smoke detector, temperature and humidity from a smart thermometer, those researchers could actually figure out what someone was having for dinner that night. There are varying levels of danger when it comes to the Internet of Things. Potentially dangerous is that these devices and data from them can be combined to create bits of data with other bits of data to create a surprisingly detailed picture of you. The Internet of Things devices might record your shopping preferences and then market to you. They may be using this information to inform product development and upgrades. And in some cases, the data from these devices can be used in court cases. For example, a Connecticut criminal court recently used data from a Fitbit to convict a man of killing his wife. A moderate level of risk is that these Internet of Things devices could be used to launch viruses or ransomware. They may even eavesdrop on your conversations, track your location, and then gain access to your network and then your computer or other mobile devices. And a high level of risk is that these Internet of Things devices could actually be used by hackers to gain access to your home through a connected garage door or lock, to communicate directly with you or to watch you or your family on camera. According to Tom Kellerman, a member of the U.S. Secret Service's Cyber Investigations Advisory Board, these smart devices come with everything turned on, everything enabled, and very little security. That creates this phenomenon where you can be extorted, you can be stalked, you can be robbed, and your home network can be commandeered to attack your work network. Hackers gain information, extract data, and expand the scope of their attacks through a strategy called island hopping. In this technique, the hacker takes over one network that uses the information from that network to tap into other networks. During this process, they're able to mask their location through operating behind the mask of the victim's network, which protects their own location while implicating the victim. A smart fridge or a smart coffee pot acts as the perfect site for the initial attack. Unlike an Apple device or a Google account, the companies producing these devices often do not possess years of experience developing complex code wrapped in layers of industry-leading privacy protection technology. These systems operate as appliances first and provides digital technology second, and they even sometimes run on generic operating systems. So once the malicious actors take over a smart device, they then gain access to the home network the smart device is on. From this connection, they can infect and gain access to the computers and mobile devices that are connected to the home network. This actually has multiple consequences. So first, by connecting to your home network and those devices, it allows the hackers to access your personal information, which could include your banking information. The hackers will then use this information for identity fraud or other criminal activities. Connecting to your computers and mobile devices also has other risks as well, and leaves other networks that you happen to connect to vulnerable. For example, if you log onto a friend's or family member's network using your infected mobile device, the hacker may be able to infect and gain access to your family and friends' network and data. The same goes for if you log onto your employer's network and data. They may infect and gain access to your jobs, so computer systems. And finally, depending on where you go with that mobile device, many of us like to log on to the networks at our local coffee shop or local store or recreation facility. That infected device could actually give the hacker the ability to infect and gain access to those other networks as well. So chances are many of the devices that your children already have are part of the Internet of Things. For example, you might have a Wi-Fi baby monitor or a nanny cam. You may have a smart teddy bear that checks a baby's heart rate, temperature, or oxygen level. Your children might have some figures that unlock characters in a video game. These devices actually provide young children with opportunities to connect the digital and physical world, allows them to play, build their knowledge base, get enthusiastic and interested about learning. And children are actively engaged with the Internet of Things devices on a regular basis. That's good, and it's crucial that they do so. They need to be engaged with the transformations in technology so that they can manipulate it to their own needs and to the needs of their communities when the opportunity arises. Beyond that social ramifications, getting kids involved with the Internet of Things devices can be loads of fun. They can learn about the basics of robotics, including sensors and connecting to other devices. And it's also a great way to teach them about coding and connectivity while they impress their friends. However, we have to also mention that the Internet of Things could track your child's digital footprint. For example, Amazon Alexa, if it recognizes your child's voice, it's actually storing your child's voice. Many ultrasound scanning devices register the details of infants, which could possibly be hacked and used in facial recognition software. If a device has a face identifying or fingerprint sensitive screen, such as your iPhone, it's actually recognizing your child's biometrics and storing that information somewhere. If you've given your child a specific smartwatch, it is tracking your child's location and being able to figure out where daycare is or their school or home or other caregivers. And cameras such as Ring cameras will record your child coming off the bus, playing outside, etc., which if hacked could help a hacker figure out your child's schedule. What risks does the Internet of Things pose to your child? Well, the data could reach the wrong people, either through hacking or other unethical use. Hackers could use the devices to see or watch or talk to your child. The data can be combined to create a highly detailed and personal profile about your child. The devices could track your child's location and allow strangers to track your child's movements or anticipate where they will be at a certain time of the day. This profile could be stored for years to be used later on, which leaves them open to exposure to fraud, identity theft, cyberbullying, future discrimination at a school or workplace, possible exposure to inappropriate content. This isn't just an unbased worry. This has actually happened.
Bizarre story of a couple who say their baby monitor was actually hacked. They say they heard a strange voice saying horrifying things to their 2-year-old coming from the bedroom. How terrifying. Aditi Roy has their story.
They are supposed to keep your baby safe by letting you watch and listen to your child. But baby monitors themselves can be susceptible to misuse, and the wrong set of eyes can end up watching your child.
It felt like somebody broke into our house.
Mark Gilbert says he and his wife heard a strange voice coming from his 2-year-old daughter's room, uttering disturbing messages.
He said, wake up, Allison, you little.
Gilbert says that voice was coming from their baby monitor. He immediately unplugged the device. Gilbert believes someone hacked into his router and the camera and found his daughter's name by seeing it posted on her bedroom wall. He's not the only one who says his baby monitor was compromised. In 2010, Stacey Cass told ABC News how she inadvertently saw her neighbor on her baby monitor after the two monitors may have been on the same frequency and picked up each other's signals.
It was late at night, doing a routine check, turn it on to see my next door neighbor putting his son to sleep as well.
Internet security expert Perry Aftab says with the right set of circumstances, baby monitors can expose your child to the wrong people.
Well, baby monitors come one of two ways. It's something local that has a channel that might be easily compromised. Otherwise, they're Wi-Fi based.
But there are ways to protect yourself. She says if your monitor is Wi-Fi based, hide your Wi-Fi network and make sure it has an ironclad login and password. Gilbert is still too shaken up to plug back in. He now thinks his daughter's safer without the monitor.
I'm supposed to protect her against people like this, and so it's a little embarrassing, to say the least.
For Good Morning America, Aditi Roy, ABC News, New York.
So how can you keep your child safe on the Internet of Things? Well, first, research before you buy your child any smart toy or internet-connected device. This includes devices that use Bluetooth. Buy connected toys or devices only from reputable and well-established brands they more often have spent time and money developing some security as part of their devices. Check thoroughly what the existing security standards are for those companies. Have they hired cybersecurity experts to help them develop those devices? If the device comes with a default login or password, change it. Never use the default login or password, because if you know that information, anyone who bought that product also has that information. Check if the security settings, such as the login or password, can be changed or updated. If you can't change them, don't buy it. If possible, disable cameras or voice recording systems that are part of those internet connected devices. Reach out to make sure that your home's Wi-Fi is highly secured with an ironclad password. And in fact, experts suggest creating a separate Wi-Fi network for those smart devices so that a hacker into those smart devices cannot gain access to your computer or your mobile phones, so that they cannot use that Wi-Fi to island hop, as we discussed previously.